Just waiting until 5 o'clock and then we'll actually start the gameplay. So, give it a little bit more time. See if we can get some more viewers in here. So right now I'm just going around and I'm clearing out, making sure that there's nothing that's going to surprise me in the middle of this fight. I have not fought Yagluth, however you want to call it. I have not fought him yet, but I've come up with some strategies, and I'll explain that in a second. But I've come up with some strategies to make it a lot easier, hopefully. And I thought that was a Desquito. But there we are. And see, this is what I don't want to happen. I don't want a bunch of random mobs coming up and messing with me in the middle of this fight. So I'm just going around and clearing out what there is in the general area. I'm not going like extensive or anything, because theoretically the way that I've done this, it shouldn't matter too much, hopefully. I haven't seen anybody else use this tactic, which they very well might have. I just haven't seen it, so we'll just hope that it works, hope that it makes things a lot easier. Alright, well, it's close enough to 5. I've done a few things. One, from what I can tell, this is where he spawns, and since he walks, this should be able to hold him in place. Just digging down and then making it, so that if he falls, he can't get back up. That's my goal with that. And then my second stratagem is I built this wall out of dirt. I actually took a lot more stone than you would expect, but the idea is if he's stuck over there, I can hide here where the fireballs won't hurt me and where his breath isn't going to mess with me. So this is hopefully what I can use to kind of make it work. Now, what I'm bringing to this fight, I got the serpent stew, I got lox meat pie, and I got blood pudding. Altogether, it gives you like a total of 265 health, something like that, and decent amount of stam. So, with that being said, let's go on and try to get this last boss fight. And, well, last boss fight for the moment. They'll be adding more bosses, but is he spawning? I think he spawned on the wrong side. Oh, he spawned on maybe the wrong side? Yep, he spawned on the wrong side. So my planning was for naught. However, I can still use this. Oh. That did not work anywhere near like I expected it to. Alright. However, he's far away. I forget what level my Draugr bow is, but I know that with his trophy you get like a buff against, what's it called, like magic damage. So I figure he probably has a resistance to that as well. But kind of like Bone Mass, even though Bone Mass has a resistance to physical attack, he doesn't really have much of a resistance to magical attacks like ice. So what I'm doing is I'm using needle arrows, not frost arrows. And I'm taking a good chunk out, and I'm still kind of cheesing him, to be honest with you. Like, unfortunately, the one strategy I had did not work because he didn't spawn in the right spot. But, staying a good distance away seems to do the job as well. I mean, he's not throwing down any meteors, he's not doing fire breath. I'm kind of cheesing him, and I'm not really sure why. If it's a distance thing, if it's the fact I'm right here between a finger and a trench. I'm guessing that's got to be it, because he's still getting pretty close, but he's not attacking. I'm not too sure why. But this is definitely a lot easier boss fight than I thought. I thought I was going to have my hands full. This was incredibly disappointing. I thought that I had come up with some good stuff about digging the trench and everything, which it turns out that it's still pretty good stuff with the walls that I made. I would still recommend doing the walls. Apparently the trench thing doesn't matter. That's incredibly disappointing. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that, to be honest with you. I guess that's about it. I had 300, so I used uh, about 67 needle arrows. I got a tier 4 Draugr bow. I thought that was going to be a lot harder. I thought that was going to be uh, a lot longer of a fight, because I actually ate his health away pretty quickly too. Even if I had to dip and dodge a little bit, go like that, get behind these rocks, yada yada, it still ate his health away a pretty good amount. So I guess as long as you have a decent bow and you have needle arrows, it chews him out. And I mean, he didn't even attack once. So the only thing I can think of is this. That's the only thing. This plus being right next to a trench confused him, I guess. I don't know. That was really weird. I mean, I don't know. If you guys have ever fought him, just let me know if you guys had that same situation. Because at first I was thinking maybe it's a distance thing. I'm staying far enough away. He's not messing with me. But he was getting like right up on me. Unless because I made this trench and I deformed the battleground that he is originally supposed to be in, maybe that's what confused him. I'll do a little bit of testing. I'll go get some more totems, and I'm gonna, try this a couple more times. And normally there's multiple altars that you can go to, so I'll find a different altar and not mess with it and see how that does too. Because I get that it's not an actual final boss, because they're coming out with 9 more, because they're not 9 more, 4 more, to making a total of 9. And they're also coming out with 4 more biomes, and then they're going to have mini bosses, apparently. But that still should have been a lot harder. So I'm going to have to test out and see what I did that made it so we cheesed him. Because, I mean, we did cheese him. That was my goal. I wanted to cheese him. But that was cheesing him in a way I wasn't expecting. So, I'm going to have to do some testing and see what that's about. Because if I can come up with a 100% guaranteed strategy, then that's something that I could bring to everybody and be like, look, this is how you do it, like, with no issues. This is, how to handle it. There's always these dang mosquitoes, no matter where you go in the plains. They always pop up on you. And they're not hard to kill if you have a shield. Or good health. If you don't have, like, a decent amount of food, then yeah, that's pretty bad too. Because I killed one with just an axe and no shield a little bit ago, because I died. It's the plains. That happens. You die. But they just have very low health, so they can be killed. And even if you don't have a shield, like for example, I'm going to fight this one, and if you swing right now, you don't even have to block. You can, as long as you time it right, then you're good. What? Oh, that's a Grey Dwarf. Alright. Well, I guess at the very least, since that was kind of cut short, I can show you guys the base I have been working on since I have essentially got my world erased. And we can go from there. So this is the circle of portals that I made, and I know a lot of people have made them, but I wanted to make one too. You know what I mean? And then I put these trees right here along with the altar. And I think, I'm not certain, because I still have a few things spawn, kind of like this neck over here. I still have a couple things spawn, and like those guys over there. But I actually don't have as much spawning now that I put those out as I did before. And I don't think that I don't know, because I was told that apparently blocks the spawns, but it might limit them. Otherwise it does absolutely nothing, and I'm a little crazy. But this is the hut that I've created, and it took so much stone. So much stone, so much bronze. It was crazy. And I know that that's like wonky, but it's hard to get those flat. I'll fix it another day. And the smoke from these hearths, they really lag it out when you come in here. But definitely put a lot of work into this, you know, so I figure I might as well show it off a little bit since the video got cut short. And this is the bed, you know. Got the bed, came over here, catch on fire. And got like my eating area, got a little cooking area. The lag is bad, the lag is bad. And then you come in here and there is the, what's it called? The fermenters. And this part isn't done. I kind of want to make this like a little bar. I think that'll be cool. But yeah. Then you come in here eventually. And this is storage. So definitely a long way from that little starter base you guys saw in my last video. But yeah, so we cheesed it. You know, we did something with it. We figured out a few things. One, that you can break him. You can break his AI by confusing him. We just got to figure out how we did that. And then we also, you know, killed him. So it's a win-win still. But I will make another video, and it will be explaining what happened right there and try to figure out how to replicate that. That way we can do it consistently. I don't know what his Yagluth things are. They're not actually like meant for the game yet. They're a placeholder, but they might be something that we need multiple of. So it's worth looking into this. And with that being said, anything you guys want to see me do, comment below. If you enjoyed this video, as short as it was, go ahead and hit subscribe, like it, whatever. And I'll see you guys next time.